Good morning. It is Monday, not Saturday, because we had some stuff go on this weekend. And between our water softener exploding and shooting a hole in the wall of our utility room, which caused our living room and kitchen to flood, it was a whole thing. And then my scale just wouldn't cooperate with me on Saturday morning. So I said, okay, forget it. I'm not going to stress about it. I'll just wait and do my weigh-in. I did weigh myself yesterday morning, and I wanted to do a little experiment, and I will share that with you. So I also weighed myself this morning, because wait until you guys see the readings from Sunday to Monday. But let's get started. Week 3, August 21st, couple days late for my normal weigh-in, but here we go. So my weight was 229.5, which is exactly the same as it was last weekend. No big deal. Skeletal muscle mass went down, which I said I thought it probably would, because I think I was just holding on to a little extra water last week, and with the in-body scales, that can result in muscle mass being higher than what it actually is. So I'm not surprised by that going down. Excuse me. Body fat mass was 104.5, which actually was higher than last week. Again, I'm not stressed about it. We'll take an average and we'll see what happens next week, which will be close to the end of the 30 days, and we'll just see how things go. So yeah, little bit of wonky numbers, but it's okay. And we'll see how at the end of the 30 days, everything actually averages out. I mean, I could have weighed myself 2 or 3 times this morning and gotten completely different readings every single time that I weighed myself. But what I wanted to show you was this. So I weighed myself yesterday morning, and I laughed actually when I got on the scale and the readings came up on the app, because if you see here, my weight this morning was 229.5. My weight yesterday morning was 232.4. That's 2 whole pounds difference. I did not lose 2 pounds in one day. That's not possible. My skeletal muscle mass was 71.2. Again, higher than what it was this morning. Body mass 105.6. So here's what I think happened. My husband, bless his heart, he likes to make me breakfast on the weekends. He's usually up before I am, so he likes to do it. Well, Saturday morning, we had the issue with our water softener and our house flooding. So once we got the water shut off in that area, we cleaned up the water mess. We started doing what we needed to do to try and prevent any mold from happening in our house. We went out for breakfast. The place that we go it's a local joint here. We love to go there for breakfast, but I know they use seed oils to cook their eggs. I get the same thing every time I go there. It's called a Little Piggy, and we add an egg, and it's a 3-egg omelet, which we add 1 more egg to, with sausage, bacon, and ham. And they do put cheese on it, and then I usually get a side of sour cream. So I got my Little Piggy. I did not eat the sour cream, but they did have cheese on it, and I ate the omelet. And then yesterday morning, my husband made breakfast again and put an obscene amount of cheese on my omelet, or my eggs, I should say, not my omelet, my eggs, because he completely spaced the fact that this week I'm not eating cheese, or this month I'm not eating cheese. So that's 2 days in a row that I had cheese, a lot of cheese. And then I had a lot of stress, which I didn't really stress over, but it's still, I mean, my cortisol was flowing Saturday morning as I'm running around, getting our shop vac to sweep up water and do everything else that we needed to do. But I think a combination of that and the seed oils and the cheese put 2 pounds of probably extra water weight and inflammation on my body, which that's why I weighed myself again this morning, because I wanted to see what the change in the weight was going to be. And it's exactly what I thought it was. So that right there tells me dairy is not good for me. And I said that from the beginning. I had such a whoosh right off the bat. I think dairy is really preventing me from continuing on with my weight loss journey and the results that I'm wanting to see. So that might have to stay out of my diet after I finish this 30 days, just to see how things go. I'm not doing heavy cream in my coffee. I haven't been doing cheese. I did that cheese twice. Yeah, so what do you think it is? That's my hypothesis, is I'm having an issue with cheese. So I will probably keep that out of my diet for at least another month to see what happens going forward, because I haven't changed my fat. I haven't changed my protein. Actually, my protein's gone up, if anything, but here we go with the issue of inflammation after an omelet from one of my favorite restaurants. So I think it's probably a combination of all three things that happened on Saturday morning. But I do think I'm having an adverse reaction to cheese as well. So I'll keep that up. And then if nothing changes, it's okay. We'll just go from there. But N=1, guys. We are all our own experiment. We should do what's best for our bodies. What works for you doesn't work for me. What works for me isn't going to work for this person. So we have to figure out what we can and cannot do. You know, because this girl can overdose on cheese. I love cheese. Like, if I could eat cheese 24/7, I would. But obviously, I'm having some issues with it, so I'm going to have to put the kibosh on that. But next weekend, I'm hoping things will be a little bit more calm. I will only have 5 days in between today's weight and next Saturday, so we'll see how that ends up. But I've got my week planned. I've got my workouts planned. I've got my workout space cleaned up again. We actually went to Home Depot yesterday to buy a whole bunch of wood so my husband can start framing out that area in our shop for me to be able to have my designated workout space without there being insane amounts of sawdust and things like that coming from him doing his projects he's doing in the shop, because it was like a lot of work yesterday morning to clean up that mess and it wasn't fun. But stick with your plans this week, guys. Let me know how your results are for your weigh-ins, if you're also doing triple B&E this month, and I will see you next week.